Hello, hi everyone. Just waiting for a few more people to join and we will start. Thank you very much. My name is Ahamadali. I'm the product manager for cybersecurity in Sangfor, and today's session would be very interesting. So, we'll be talking about the current conflicts, we'll be talking about what are the security measures. So, all the customers who are joining, this could be again very beneficial, as well as for the partners who are joining. You can use these methods to safeguard your existing customers. With that, we'll also see why SecOps is important in today's situation, and how we gonna overcome the challenges of the cybersecurity. All right, so I think we are good to go. We have good participants now. So, Lucas, shall we start?
Yes, we can start now.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Lucas. So, uh, warm welcome to everyone. I know the situation right now is, it's still okay for the people in the UAE. And this session again, if someone is collecting from rest of the Middle East, I hope you all are safe. And today's session will be more about talking about the cyber warfare, because this is something which is very critical and important, as all of you, in terms of the cyber security, the experts who have joined this session. Sangfor again, helping the customers and partners, everyone, how to overcome the challenges of the current warfare. And this is something which is pretty important. So we will be discussing that. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Ahamadali. I comes with the 15 years of experience in cybersecurity from different products and vendors. And today's session would be about Sangfor Athena cybersecurity. The SecOps, usually we will only talk about the SecOps and some of the important challenges which are going. So the agenda, I'll just showcase you what would be the today's agenda, because that's something very important. So we'll be talking about the rise of the cyber warfare and geopolitical conflicts. Most of you have already seen that we have many customers being attacked, and one of the biggest challenges, the work from home, the concept of work from home for the many customers who have opted for. Apart from that, face challenges which we face from the modern security operation. So the modern security operation, again, what we have seen, there are lack of challenges which we'll be also talking about, and then introducing the Sangfor Athena SecOps. Now, what SecOps can provide you. That is again the important part, key capabilities and use cases, and the live demo. Definitely, I'll be showcasing you the complete live demo as well from this platform. To start with, the new battlefield, 2026 started off not very good for the region. The geopolitics and the cyber warfare has been, adding up with the tremendous changes. The analysis what we have done from last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, what we have seen, the state-sponsored activities, or the target attacks are again coming towards and hitting towards the mostly to the UAE customers and the private sectors as well. So the government sectors, the financial sectors, the private sectors, which are like the backbone of the UAE, and most of the entities are highly, in the Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Sharjah are being again one of the targeted zones. So from the UAE Cybersecurity Council report, from the February end, there is organized terrorist type of attacks, which also involves the AI-based or the AI-powered phishing, ransomware, as well as to infiltrate the networks. That is very common. So data again becomes the very, very common part. So most of the attacks what we have seen is again the phishing part, which is again the AI powered, and ransomware is very common. We will talk a lot about the ransomware part, because that is something which is again on the high rise, and we have seen in last 2 weeks, from the start of 1st of March, what we have seen, the targeted attacks are again increasing. Also, AI-enabled threats are pretty common. So you might be receiving the refined phishing, the messages on WhatsApp, also on the email, on the SMS, with particular link, that again goes very common. Also, the data spoofing from pro spy to spy, in case if you're using any applications like Signal, or any of the application which works on the HTTP, are again pretty common to be the spyware, because all your SMS, so your photos, your mic, and everything everything, are being accessed by those applications. So these are again the pro spy to spy, very, very common. And that becomes a huge, in terms of talking about, the attack zones, or you can say, how many threat attack or attack vectors are coming up. With that, the infrastructure and the supply chain attacks are again very common. So whatever activities are being performed, definitely there are multiple zones involved into one particular part. And in today's situation, the denial of services, or talking about the electrical power grid propaganda kind of attacks, the fake news is also one of the attack, because the wrong information shared about the UAE to tarnish the image of the UAE. We have seen that, in most of the news channels as well, sharing such information. So again, the important aspect of all this, to summarize, is the economic disruption within the Middle East region, and some of the surprises attacks as well, which we have seen. So most of you might be understanding that, some places we see that, the locations are not working, the Google Maps or any other maps are not working, specifically to the targeted zones. You would go there, you would see that the signals and things are not there. So there are, certain precautionary measures are already being taken by the UAE government. Also, the UAE Cybersecurity Council are reporting continuously about all of these informations, which can help to customers as well as to partners to ensure that the due diligence as well as the due care has been taken place. Talking about some of the important aspect, again, cyber attacks during by the phishing campaigns, the 0 day, in terms of advanced persistence threat. The ransomware is again very, very common now. And then the DDoS attack. Okay, I think there was some signal disruption, but I hope everyone can hear me. So the attack techniques used today are mostly the advanced persistent 0 day exploits, phishing campaigns, ransomwares. Now, these are the, always been some of the common, but why it has rised now? One of the important aspect is because many of the, companies are moving towards work from home now. Again, things are getting normalized. The regular daily activities like checking the alerts, the reports, what exactly, the due diligence or the due care were performed, were being again reduced. Sorry for the disturbance, guys. There's some issue with my internet, but I hope everything is fine now. So, talking about the latest threats and attacks. So, the due care part is becoming very, very important because many people are working from home. That has been not done, and also the misconfigurations or reviewing the policy changes, the policy configuration. So, configuration management, the change management process is again being at halt due to the work from home. And some of the important applications definitely requires the updates, and which has to be done regularly. So that is again been missing. So the Tuesday, which is the patch day, the Wednesday, which is the patch day, and the release of the patches are again not being performed. So these are the common things which has arise, the cyber attack during the conflicts. And let's see how we can manage. Also, the cyber attack has increased almost 200 to 300% during the geopolitical tension. So geopolitical tension plays the very, very important aspect role. So we have to be very much into this to understand, because once the systems getting attacked, it is not only the business loss, it is the reputation which is also coming in, as well as if you talk about the schools, which we have seen, some of the schools were being recently attacked, and students are not going. It is the education done through remotely, and if such certain application doesn't work, this is again becomes nightmare for most of the schools to operate. So we have to ensure during this geopolitical tension, because the cyber attack would increase, so we have to make sure that our basics are being covered up properly. We have to understand that we can go back to C, from the network to endpoint to server infrastructure backups, everything is running smooth. Every precautionary measures are being taken care to go back and check those things. With this, we talk about why the organizations are vulnerable. This is something very, very common. And some of the practices, after talking to so many customers, because what we have seen, there is not a huge team and not a very skilled team for every activity. One person is doing the activity of 4 or 5 people in most of the organization, and too many security products becomes very, very complicated. Other than that, the misconfiguration, because most of the products are either configured by the customers or configured not by the expert team, so they missed out on certain important things. And the regular policy updates, the centralized security management, almost 60% of them, they don't have the security management which is centralized, talking about from the email security to EDR, firewall. All of these components are not synchronized, not talking to each other, or they don't have any specific zone where they can view all the alerts into a single platform. And that's where the challenges comes in for a good SOC, when we talk about. So definitely lack of the skilled SOC analyst is still there. Many companies are still looking out for the L1 and L2, so to help them in terms of detection, and then the L3s in terms of proactive threat hunting. Again, the capabilities are very less. Also, too many security alerts can be overwhelming for you. So if we have something which can correlate all of these alerts and reduces the alerts and then convert those security alerts into the security incidents, this would be much better in terms of doing the comprehensive. Also, the incident detection rates are getting slower, while one particular the botnet traffic is just considered as a minor threat, or is not taken it very seriously, can increase to a huge impact. So that is something which also needs to be understood. Also, disconnected of the security tools, many of the organizations which are performing VAPT, which I have seen, but they're performing VAPT only on the test systems, on the actual system. They don't go beyond performing, the complete testing. So testing is only done to scan down the vulnerabilities. Testing is only done to scan down the, the applications level, but they don't go beyond that to do any kind of PTs, or just they want to add up as a gray box, but from the black box perspective also, this is again not done. Also, the limited threat visibility, because most of these securities are synchronized towards their own signature sets. The reports which you visualize will only generate the information based on those signature sets. Threat intel part is still missing, which is very, very important. And in this aspect, what I feel is something which can help customers is to develop in terms of having a centralized platform with all of these challenges which can be covered up from a single solution. So this is where we say, the organizations are vulnerable, and still vulnerable after having every security products. And when you go and talk to the customers and they say that, we have every securities, we have EDRs, we have firewalls, but that is not enough in today's time. They are still vulnerable. Almost 60-65% of customers are still vulnerable. Not from the aspect of the product, it could be any product, but it's all about the configuration management, the change management, also in terms of the in-depth visibility which is there. So these all things are again pretty important for the customers. So security team only investigates 30% of the alerts. This is again one of the common thing which we see in terms of lacking. So they only see the important alerts, and they don't go back to verify or see that whether it is true positives or false positives. They try to act upon it, and that becomes again the challenging phase. So what we say, you are not alone in this situation. Definitely everyone, talking about every customers, whether it is a small segment customers, mid segment, enterprise customers, whether it is from one particular vertical of financial sector or FMCG, or from any particular vertical, everybody are into this cyber warfare. And in this situation, the never ending cyber attacks is actually the main problem, because it will end maybe in next 5 months or 6 months, the things get normalized, but attacks would remain the same. If in case you are not being attacked, still they knows your weaknesses. They understand, the attacker understands your weaknesses, and in case if you haven't taken any action, that means you are already into that zone where you can be attacked anytime. And the important part, the solution, is the security operations. So we know that customer cannot have their own SOC build, or the small segment customers where they have just very decent revenue. They cannot invest so much money just for the security part. So this we will be talking about how we can cover up that aspect, and then establishing a good security SecOps. So that is again the challenging, because this is something which is not taken over from the customer, but this is from generation to generation. Previously, when you talk about firewall, so customer would say that, in back in 2007 and 8, when I started my career, that firewall is only Cisco, and Cisco is only used for the enterprise. For the small mid segment market, we just have the router, and router can also create the rules, which is basically the TCP's port rules, which we can define. But again, that is not enough. We are not inspecting the packets. Now that's where the UTM comes into picture in 2011, and trends started following up. Now the trend is every customer, they know EDR, they know firewall, but security operation is still new for them. But in next 5 years, the security operation would be something which customer would ask for. So that is something, in terms of progressive, what we are talking, from the good security operations. So talking about now the important aspect, from the security operations of Sangfor Athena. Sangfor Athena covers all the three foundations. Talking about Athena Foundation, IT security protection, where we have firewall, where we have web security, or the cloud security, we have our SaaS solutions, and the entire Athena SecOps, which is again driven by two important aspects: Athena SecOps XDR, and to manage that, we have Athena MDR services. So we are providing both the platforms together into a single bundle. So that is the benefiting. So we have the solutions to your problems. The important part is how you can understand. And then this platform is not just the AI driven. Definitely, we have one of the best AI driven, automated security operations right now, which is providing and covering every aspect of your requirement. With that, we provide MDR services, which is complete 24/7. That means it is something as a risk transfer we are doing directly to us, and we are managing the complete cybersecurity operation. So when I go and ask customers as well, what is the, the risk registries, have you go back to check those things, or the risk management, they have no idea actually. They consider IT as just the operational aspects, not from the security. But the security operations, when it comes together, it will be pretty easy for you to help in such situations. And the MDR services cover up the 24/7 monitoring, which can be your, the guardian team, the cyber guardian team, we say, helping you in any of the situations of the incident. And that is where we can cover up, or we can help you to come out of that particular point. So this is something, the proposed part of having XDR and MDR together, or you can just go with the MDR aspects, So let's talk about that. Let me just show you a few of the important. So Sangfor Athena SecOps provides you the value proposition in terms of high efficiency. What we have seen in the previous slides are the challenges, which are very high. So what we do, we unified the complete automated security organization platform into a simple thing. So that means it will reduce your alert fatigues. What we have seen that the securities are not covering up the entire alerts, only 30% of that. So this will be reduced, the alert fatigue will be reduced. We will be ensuring that all the solutions gets integrated into one platform, gets monitored from the one platform, and cover up the entire thing. Also, sustainable evolution. So AI driven continuous improvement on the Sangfor security capabilities. So AI first approach is something which is very important in today's time, because from the human aspect, whatever you do the configuration, still there are something which could be left out, and that can be again monitored by the AI completely, as well as the security GPT, which is our AI solution, the detection, or the GPT can generate you all the information about the detection, integrate or mapped with the MITRE attack tactics and techniques, as well as do the response part, which could be automated. So tailoring the security care, Sangfor offers the complete tailored security from customers to customers. Also, we have flexible delivery models. It is not like you have to buy everything. Maybe your business objective is to have critical assets has been secured, or maybe you have specific server zones which you want to secure first, or maybe you want to cover up the different security products into a single platform. So we have the flexible delivery options which we can provide. Maybe Office 365 integration, asset management, risk management, all of that you want, we can provide that from the platform. So this is something, the flexible delivery options we have, and the local support. What we are focusing right now, in this pandemic situation also, in case you have customers, from the partner perspective, or in case any customers who wants to have Sangfor Athena, in terms of they are facing any incident or they have faced the incident, we can help them to do the incident response. We can help them to do and identify the root cause, of that, also to ensure, the business continuity. So Sangfor, as a company, we have the HCI solutions, we have the security solutions. It works together. It is a complete synergy to ensure that the business objectives can be achieved from, a single platform. So that is what the value proposition we can provide. Moreover, the security operation has the important aspects. So people, process, technology. So what we see, definitely the process are defined by every companies. Every customers have, different security products. From the products prospect, we are covering everything from firewall to EPP, or the NDR solution, network detection and response, with the help of STA, which is our sensor, network sensor, and IG as a web security. With that, the Gen AI in terms of the attack detection, or in terms of operational assistant, or the anti-phishing, the advanced anti-phishing can also be covered from the Gen AI part. From the platform, you have the Athena XDR SecOps platform, which is a centralized platform for all kinds of detection response. With that, the centralized threat management. That means it integrates any particular third-party products into the single platform, and then can be managed by the MDR. So people can also be Sangfor. Sangfor has, the expert teams from T1, T2, T3 to proactive defense team. We have team all across, the different time zones. So we can cover up the 24/7, as well as the critical asset protection or the rapid incident response can be taken care by the MDR. Okay. So in case if you want to have both the flavors of platform and services, because you already have the process, definitely we can integrate it as one single solution for you. Moreover, let's talk about the important values of the SecOps. So achieving the centralized visibility, because that is something which was lacking, which we have seen where most of the customers are getting attacked. Proactive threat detection. So threat detections, again, whatever done by the solutions, again, can be synchronized, can be correlated. So the proactive part can be again enhanced. Rapid incident response. So what we have seen, the incident detection is again, very limited. What time frame of any particular incident detection is more than 60 days or 90 days. So how you can reduce that? That is again the important aspect. Again, the improved continuous visibility and protection, because you are not integrating multiple products, or they're not talking to each other. We can do that to improve the visibility as well as the protection, and effective use of the different security tools. The MDR services also have the TRR services, which is the threat assessment, identifications of the threat assessment, which can be done from the existing or any particular organizations, and we can generate the report. Also the compliance and the regulations, because UAE, the Cybersecurity Council is again focusing towards the regulations, the compliances, because they want to ensure that there is some baselines, defined for every company. So not today, tomorrow, maybe after a year, you would see that every company has certain baselines which they need to achieve based on the regulations and the compliance aspects. So these all values of the SecOps can be covered up. It will benefit you to cover up from the single platform. So let me show you the Athena XDR. Actually, this is the actual AI brain of the security. Where you have multiple security products. All the telemetry collections can be run and can be also done as a response execution. Definitely, prevention, detection, response are very common, and this has been provided by many of the vendors in the market. But going beyond that, going beyond the detection and response, where you can do the investigation, where you can, manage the different component, where you can do the asset management, where you can do the risk management, you can integrate the third party tools, directly with the solution platform. That is what called as a unified SOC platform. So this is where, talking about the today's XDR, and going beyond that, the unified SOC platform is what Sangfor is providing. So we are something, again, ahead of most of the organizations, where we try to ensure that the SecOps XDR cover up something which is beyond just the extended detection and response. And this is the security GPT. So all-in-one design platforms where you can integrate n number of products, from network security to endpoint security, email security, cloud security, identity, Office 365, everything can be integrated back to a single platform. So this platform, so here you can see the detection, so data process and the data collections part. Again, this is something which is pretty important. So just to highlight over here, the data gets normalized. The data fusion reduces the noise and gives you the complete graphical data. With that, you can define your own rules. You can define the baseline checks. You can define the IO engines, threat intelligence, customize those rules, as well as the correlation engine. That means all the incidents or the alerts, which you are getting from different products, get synchronized with the security GPT at one single zone and gets correlated. With the help of threat intel, it also gets monitored, IO engines, as well as your own customized rules to give you the actual detection information. That is, you can have the complete asset inventories for all the assets. You can have the complete baseline checks, the vulnerability management, weak passwords. You can do the incident correlations. That is something very important. You can see from where the attack came in, how it started, where it has actually got compromised, and how to respond to it. So all of these things are again becoming very, very important. With this, the attack surface, the attack, the story restore, threat entity, threat hunting again becomes, very important. So you can use this platform to do that threat entity and threat hunting part. So cyber security posture, visualize security incidents, asset management, the SOAR, again, can be used to respond to the third party security products. So let's say you're using Fortinet firewall or Sophos or any other brand, we can integrate that as well to do the automated response. So security orchestration and the auto response can be done from the single platform. With this, you can have your own SOC team to do this analysis. We can provide you the complete training and certification on how you can use this platform. It is again pretty easy for you to do the risk management, asset management directly from the platform itself. Also, the operation team, can generate the notifications and the alarms, or in case of the compliance checking or the incident response, that can be taken care. With this, we also provide the MDR services. So MDR services can integrate it with your, the AI SOC operations. So definitely this can be very helpful for you, where we manage the critical assets, and you as a customer, you can manage the user systems and machines. So incident response, the detection and response, or the TRA services like threat identification analysis, or the risk assessment can also be added as a service directly from the MDR team. So MDR monitors complete 24 by 7 directly from the platform aspect. Okay, so this is about the platform, the design of the platform. Let's see how it works actually. So the important part is, there are multiple components. So very first is the Athena XDR, which will be helping you to do the detection, investigation, response orchestration, everything. And we integrate the data injection. Now, data injection could be from the third party telemetries. It could be from two important components actually. So Athena EPP is our endpoint protection platform, which is the combination of the next generation AV, the EDR component, the gateway antivirus. So all together, the tool cover ups everything, and then the STA is a network sensor. So in case if you have third party firewall, it's absolutely fine. You can integrate that to the platform. But EDR and STA are the two important components to integrate to the Athena XDR. Why? Because the response will be easy. So telemetry response is done through our EPP component. That is where we always emphasize on having Sangfor EPP. Athena next generation firewall will be pretty good to respond at the network layer. Okay. And in case if we are using the third party, yes, we can do the integrations of the security tools from any of these vendors to do the auto response with the help of SOAP. With this, you complete your security operations. And with that, in case if you want to integrate your SIM solution, we can do that. Or if you want to integrate your ticketing system to do the coordinated response, you have different team members managing, different things. So, different products. So you can assign to them, all the ticketing systems can be taken care. Or if you want us to manage the complete platform, that also we can do it from your end. Okay. So you can go ahead with the platform, integrate all your security products directly to the platform. Apart from that, in case if you want to integrate just one server, just one application, a bastion host, web application firewall, any of things, in future you can still integrate to your security operations center. So that is the beauty, and there is no additional licenses for any of the third parties to be integrated. Okay. So it comes with n numbers, so it does not depend upon that. Okay, you can only integrate 5 products or only integrate 3 products. Okay. It is about the customers to customers. As their security gets wider, in terms of security products, they can synchronize all of that into a security operation center. Okay. So this is the complete architectural view where you have Athena XDR. EPP again, it comes with the XDR platform, which is 100 license completely free. And then SCA also comes with bundle with the Athena XDR platform. With this, you also get the SOAR, which is again bundle. And in terms of third parties, that is just the license you are purchasing, and automatically you can integrate a number of devices. So this was about the Athena XDR platform, how exactly this looks like. Once you have this platform, again, this will help you to reduce the response time. Response times again becomes very, very important. So from the audit logs, where it records all the activities, indicating whether it is a non-malicious behavior, or it is something like web servers again accepting the SSH login. Such kind of things can again be audited. And then the security logs, it is again very, very important, which is based on the rules, what policies you have defined, what configurations you have done, and what kind of security services you have enabled. Based on those models, whatever triggers are coming up, it will reduce the false alert. It will again gets correlated, and the security logs will be helping. So based on whatever security products you have, what kind of configurations you have defined, based on that, whatever alerts are coming, the security logs are generating, it will convert into the security alerts. And this correlations is very, very helpful. So this correlation, let's say example, the IP address attempting to log into an internal server, or maybe from the office PC, and there is a created of ngrok, which is a VPN tunnel. So that can be again correlated and understood. So this is something the security alert can be done. And then when it converts into incident, that means when the multiple component, the widespread, when it gets compromised, or there is a malicious scripts running to do certain content modifications, just an example. So this all can be covered up. So before it impacts the organization, the correlations can help you to decide. Or if you have automatically defined the response with the help of SOAR, then the action will be completely automated. So these are the benefits. So multiple security alerts, security devices from the different attack behaviors, again grouping of these alerts into the same security. Duplicate alerts can be removed. It can filter out all the attack events and scans. And then the security incidents showing you the actual forensic informations and data sources from where it has synchronized. Okay. So that is again helping you to reduce the response time. So as a comprehensive detection capability throughout the cycle, the pre-attack, we have the asset inventory, vulnerability management, weak passwords, unauthorized access privileges, risky ports, everything. During attack, you can have the customized detection rule. You can have the signatures, threat intel, iOS, AI detection engine, the semantic engine. And after attack, you can have the behavioral baselines, anomalies, and the threat hunting part all together from the single platform. Talking about the deployment, we have both the options available. You can go with the on-premise deployment, mostly for the customers who are looking for the on-premises, mostly for the government customers. But the best is to go with the SaaS platform. Now the SaaS platform, we have data center in UAE itself for all the UAE customers, they would be ensuring that data residency is maintained. With that, the latency is again reduced because we have data center directly in the FSLR data center. It becomes pretty easy for us to reduce the latency. So all the products, when you go with the XDR platform, the EDR and STA, which is the cyber command, the network detection response comes together. With that, the proxy, which is our log collector, can be used to collect the logs from any of the third party components, and it can be uploaded to the platform. And then based on that, the deploying services or the policies, everything can be managed. So the complete deployment, the complete project is again run down by Sangfor. We know that as the offerings, solution offering is huge, definitely you need some expert teams to do that. So that is where it is completely offered by you. So it is not just like a traditional XDR, like what we have seen in today's market is the EDR is considered as the XDR, but the actual XDR, where you integrate the Office 365, you integrate your firewall, you integrate your email security and different other platforms directly to a single platform. That is what we try to offer from the solution aspect. Okay. And yeah, so this is the announcement which we did last year. Just want to showcase you that we are again hosted in Dubai. So our security operation, XDR and MDR all together is managed from the UAE, and the FAEs and the CSMs are again from our. I think this was from the perspective of the SecOps XDR platform. Let's talk about the MDR, because this is something as a service, what is Athena MDR? And there is always the questions like when we compare it with some of the MDR or MSSP providers, what differentiates us and from the aspect of those other vendors. So what is Athena MDR? So Athena MDR is again, the roundly clock from the monitoring aspect. If you see, the advanced threat detection, in-depth investigation, rapid response. So what is the threshold time in which we threshold time in which we do the response part? Again, that is something which is very, very important. So this is something which is designed to help customers, to streamline their security operations. It also helps them to do the proactively, identifying and mitigating the cyber attacks before it could cause any kind of harm, as well as the continuous 24/7 monitoring, threat monitoring and detection, the AI powered threat analysis, together with threat investigation, again from the expert team. So we have the expert teams, we have the threat analyst team, which can be very helpful. You can have your dedicated security analyst, human doing that activity, not relying on the playbooks, not relying on the defined playbooks, or just as a sword. Here you have the human who are doing the interaction. So you have a dedicated person as a customer success manager who would be assigned to you. With that, you have the dedicated security. Okay. Yes, can you hear me? Okay, so dedicated security directly. So comparing against the Gartner definition of NDR, what we met and what we don't met. So we are trying to provide you again the enhanced version of the MDR, where we not only just cover the unlimited incident response. That means in case if you get attacked, still you can manage to get response not just once but unlimited times. With that, we have the Tiara services where we do the threat identification and threat assessment for you. And with that, we integrate all the components as well to a single platform. So that is something which we cover up beyond, going ahead and do the investigation part. So for the security operations, talking about the continuous monitoring, the threat intelligence, identifying the root cause and the incident response. These are some of the important security operations from the MDR prospect. So when we talk about the continuous monitoring, it is completely taken care as 24/7. That means we integrate your existing infrastructure directly to our platform, and we manage all your assets. It depends upon you. Like if you want to go with everything, we can manage everything. We can help you to do the incident response proactively. There is a contract between customer and us where we have defined the time threshold, which is 30 minutes. Within that 30 minutes, for any threat identification to threat response, can be taken care. With that, the threat intelligence from the different platforms, from Google, from Microsoft, from Virus Total, all together comes with, to help you to generate the information. So you can be, ensuring that all the intelligence are again helping the security operational platform with the root cause analysis. Like tomorrow, if anything goes wrong and you want to identify what exactly has happened, how it went wrong, then you can generate all of those information as well directly from the platform aspect. So this is what the security operations can be covered up. With this, comparing with most of the other vendors, what we are integrating is the network sensor, the network telemetries directly with the MDR services. So our MDR doesn't rely just on the EDR, but it has the STA component, which is a still threat analyzer to identify, the blind spot, whether it is on network, off network. The detection accuracy again increases. It reduces the false positive. It is a better coverage. It is a faster investigation with these telemetries, enabling the root cause analysis. Also, the attacks cannot be hidden, leading to faster containments and reducing the business impact. So this again comes bundle. If you just go with the MDR, still it is bundle. If you just go with XDR and MDR, still the network sensor will be integrated to the these services. Okay, so that is the comprehensive visibility part which we are covering. And from the MDR licensing part, as we have seen, the STA component, endpoint secure, firewall, and any other third party can be integrated back. So you have the onboarding, which is the professional services to ensure that everything can be managed. Then you have the SLAs for servers and non-servers, which cover up your 24 by 7 threat analysis identification. With that, asset discovery, asset tracking, you have your own portal where you can view all the informations. You can generate weekly and monthly reporting. You have a dedicated CSM where you can do the meetings, in case if you want to understand certain attacks, or you want to go ahead to do the complete, the compliance check or the baseline checks, we can help you to do that directly from the solution. And ADR is also included with the licensing bundle. With that, any of the third party integration, let's say you have any of the security products from the firewall prospect, still we can manage to do the integrations with 24 by 7 log analysis response with complete 1 year subscription. So these all components comes together with the cyber guardian MDR licensing. Okay, so let's talk about handling of the events, because from the perspective of the MDR, what we have seen, the important aspect is detect and analysis, but again the investigation is done through human. That is our important preferences, because here whatever, the detections is done through AI powered machine learning, and the analysis, still you have somebody who is managing to verify and validate. Verification and validation is very important from the security aspect, and that's where you have the investigation team and notification and response. So let's see how exactly this can be taken care. So from the notification part, we have the instant messaging option. We have a WhatsApp group which is between customer, us, partners, and distributors. So you have the in-depth security team, the layered security approach from different team members, which can be done to the customers. With this, it can be a phone communication or email communication, which we are providing. In terms of doing the response part, this could be either integrating the remote assistance, direct configuration of the Sangfor devices, or this could also be automated by our MDR service team. So customers just have to say, okay, you can block this, okay, you can create the policies to, do this, or block this particular ports, block this particular domain, and the active response and remediations can be taken place. For the third parties, again, we have the API integration for the non-Sangfor devices, or we can also provide the recommended remediation. So the recommendations can be given in case, because it is a third party, we cannot do the direct configuration. We have very limited options to do that. So we can provide you the complete recommendation with all the steps which you can use to do the response part. Okay, let me show you how the Athena experience looks like. So yeah, just at the 45 minutes of the session. So I just want to showcase you the MDR experience now. So considering the MDR experience, the important aspect what we have seen from the detection, analysis, investigation, notification, and response part. Okay, great. So this is from the MDR customer experience part. So what we have seen from the detection, we are integrating multiple components into a single platform. So best in breed AI-enabled detection capabilities are all integrated. Okay. So from the analysis part, because this is very, very important. So from the analysis part, you will be having the same platform where you have your own data source integrating to the Athena MDR platform phrasing. So security use cases, threat intel can be integrated, and then this can help you to, so whatever alerts which are coming in, this can be again very, very helpful for you. So this can be generated, and then from the aspect of, let's say customer don't want to go with the XDR, still he can go with the MDR. The backend engine is the same, which I'll be showcasing you in the demo. But this is where the complete AI automated, AI assist analysis can be taken care. So all the alerts which are getting correlated from the different platforms from the alert zone can be viewed directly from here. Precisely, we try to see what has been taken place. So we try to generate all the informations about the viruses. We generate the information about all the threats, all the informations based on the different threat intelligence. With this we also try to see what was the the applications been used. We try to scan down through different platforms. This is just the example. We have multiple more platforms where we try to integrate to see from the third parties, and then what tools have been used. So this is the again the well-known tool which we have been used. So again, checking this informations from different platforms. So from the MDR customer experience, this everything happens in the backend. Customer don't have to rely on doing things manually. This is what the team from the backend will be doing for the customers. And once they view and they see all the informations about the victim port, attacker port, the IP addresses, informations, they can easily scan downs to understand what is the threat informations and the alert logs. So once this all gets correlated, it will be sending the notification to the customers. So notification, let's say for an example, considering you know the WhatsApp, we can share the alert information to the customers with the recommended action, and we'll wait for customer to respond. If customer respond within that 30 minutes of time frame, we can take the action, or the action would be taken by the security analyst team based on the best possible upon the impact score. So what is the current impact score? Based on that, we can try to say. So here customer says that okay, acknowledges and says that okay, block these actions, and we go back to the platforms to the integrated platforms. If it is a Sangfor native devices, it's pretty easy for us to define the configurations and share the information to the customers that okay, this has been done. So once the customer acknowledges, the action has been taken care. So the entire process is again very smooth. We ensure that the immediate action, so the incident response times is reduced, rather it impact going big from the zone. It will ensure that it has reduced that particular thing. So this is where the SOC team validates whatever actions has been defined. Okay, so that was from the experience centers, how we try to do that part, how we try to integrate that part. And from the Athena SecOps, this is what the people, process, technology, everything we cover up. So whatever at the beginning we saw, during this cyber warfare, where the most of the customers are facing the challenges after having n number of security products, we try to cover up the complete thing from our own platform. So the XDR or the MDR or both can together comes as one. So just to give you the understanding, in case if customer just want to have the SecOps platform and he wants to manage that platform, he can go with the XDR platform where you have STA and EDR coming all together. Or if customer wants to have full-fledged SecOps model, he don't have to buy XDR. Then the MDR can be completely managed. That means all the assets, everything would be completely managed by us. Or in case if it is an enterprise customers and they have a compliance and they want to manage both, they want to manage XDR and MDR, then in this case both can be managed. So major difference between the SOC is again the security operational center, where you integrate all the security components and you or the third party team manages. But in terms of talking about the MDR is more like a service. It's more like where all your asset is again fully managed by us, by a expert team. While the SOC could either be managed by the third parties, where they only give you the detection information, or could be managed by customer. But it cannot be 24 by 7. It can be 24 by 7 if it is an MSSP, but again, you cannot rely on, because there are multiple security products, so they cannot respond to every security products, unless until they have the managed services from different platforms. So this is again, very very important. While in MDR, the action, the incident response, which is unlimited, the TRA services, the threat identifications, the integrations of the multiple components, everything can be taken care. So MDR is more of like a service, while security operational would be more of like a SIM solution, where you have SOAR and you have other third parties getting integrated to that platform to give you the complete visualizations of different security alerts into a single SOAR. Okay. So I think there is no more question. Okay, I think one more question. Okay, I think this we have addressed. Okay, so this is from the aspect of both the SecOps model and from the XDR and the MDR. So depending upon customer to customer, they can choose what is important for them from their own business objectives. So sometimes the customers try to do the overspending from their security budget. So what I always consider is based on your business objectives. If it is mainly towards the 24 by 7 monitoring, you can go with Athena MDR. But in case if you want to have your own security team, and you want to have your own security platform, and then critical assets you want to manage by our MDR service team, then you can go with the co-managed part. Okay, so this was about the right platform which you want to choose. Thank you so much for joining in today's session. This was from the presentation part. Any questions, guys? If you have any questions, we are feel free to answer, and we will now move towards our the platform, just to showcase you how the platform looks like. All right. So any questions, guys? If you have any questions, please feel to put on the chat, and we can discuss. Or if you have any current scenarios which you want to discuss, we can also address that. Also, after this session, there will be feedback going to all of you. So in case if still you have any questions, we can do the one-to-one connections as well. So this is to showcase you how exactly we integrate. So from the platform aspect of XDR. Here you see the native security products from Sangfor. So Sangfor STA, which we already talked, endpoint secure, cyber command, network secure is our firewall. With that, we have the Palo Alto Cortex integration, XDR, WatchGuard, Palo Alto, and other data sources like Fortinet firewall can also be integrated back to the platform. Now, the whole idea is the different log or different alerts which are coming, converting this security alert using the security GPT into the security incidents. And this security incidents can either be auto executed, that means auto respond, and can be get fixed, or this could be manually determined. So you have both the options available, which can be done or taken care from the platform. Okay. Let me showcase you how the integration works, because that is something very very important aspect. So here, if you see, you have the multiple options available with you. You have the different asset management from the business applications, the SOAR integrations, the external threat entities, the ticketing system. So from the asset center also, you have multiple things already integrated back to the platforms. So from the integration aspects, or from the 1 second, from the integrational aspect also, you can do the complete integration. So let's say you want to integrate the public cloud, you can do that integrations. Or you want to integrate SaaS application like Office 365. We support Office 365. So we have the complete integration of the app, Office 365, directly over here from the platform itself. Here you can use the application connection, the steps and instructions, and then you can integrate that to the platform. So platform provides you the complete guardian monitoring. It provides you the complete detections. From the detection, you can see all the the security incidents. You can see the simulated attack blocked directly from the platform. How many alerts were created, how many converted into the security incidents. And for every security incident, let's say this is one of the security incidents, for example, the security GPT will help you to generate the complete information. The security GPT can generate the GPT analysis, where you can see the complete informations, like what exactly was the threat, how it has taken place. So it is completely based on the AI. It will consolidate all the different source informations and cover up the entire information into a different zone. Okay, so here you see all the analysis. Here you see the incident analysis informations directly, where it will give you the complete informations, and then the summary of the threats, like what exactly it was. It was the command injection attack, whether the attack got successfully executed onto the host system, or it was been detected. That information, different alert analysis informations can be generated, different historical informations that can also be generated, and the asset information, with that the incident on the assets which has taken place. So all of this information, and then the complete information from the asset aspect. So all the tactics and techniques, the threat analysis, the asset and the historical behavior comes together to generate the actual informations, and it will show that playbook was executed successfully. So because it has detected the attack at a very initial stage, and there was Sangfor firewall. So because it's a native product, the response is automated based on the severity score or the threat score. Okay. With this, you can also have the MITRE attack tactics and techniques, where you can understand what exactly this was, where exactly this was coming under from the MITRE attack tactics and techniques. You can check different threat entities, different hosts involved in this. You can do the attack chain analysis. You can do the timelines. You can do the SOAR execution histories, directly from here. So this was the SOAR executed based on the defined, and the ticketing process. In case if you have defined ticketing, you can also do that directly from here. So this was about the complete security incident, which is run down by our security GPT AI. Apart from that, the AI learning, this is something which is very helpful. So the proactive securities, and the streamlining these security operations. So intelligent security operations, you can define that. So deeper business insight information, so automating the business learnings, the kind of configurations, the security optimizations, optimizing the decision makings, and again based on the attributes of alert statistics, as well as the environmental awareness, like proxy servers or the vulnerability scanners. So this can also be done. You can just click start learning, and automatically this would be generating the deeper information about different analysis which has happened within your environment. Okay, so this is again something which is very different, comparing to that. Other than that, the different alerts informations based on the prioritization of the alerts, whether it is a critical alerts, inbound attacks, intranet, or just the incident generated, you can define that. You can try to filter it out based on that when available. You can see different command injection which we have already seen directly from here, or any particular attacks, and different fixings or the custom rules can be defined, like block the addresses, isolate the host, quarantine the file, or execute the playbook. So you have multiple options available to do that fixing directly from here. So prioritization of the analysis is again run down by the GPTs, which is our AI solution, and it will generate based on the severity of those particular attacks. Okay. Coming down to the response part, either it could be the auto response. So here you can generate the auto response for all the different threads. Here you can see how the GPT has analyzed and done the auto response part. Again, this is done automatically. This is something not you have to do, go back and do it again. Or in case of you have the third party entities, we have the playbooks defined. We have the different apps which can get connected. So let's say you have Sophos endpoint, or maybe you have Bitdefender, Palo Alto, WatchGuard firewall, Symantec endpoint, or Sophos firewall. So we have different products. In case if you don't see any of the product, like FortiGate firewall, Checkpoint, we have already integrated most of the firewalls, within the platform itself. In case if you don't see, still we can manage to do that, and we can do the response part. But yes, it will take some time from the backend engineering R&D team to do that part. Okay, so this is where the entire playbook or the SOAR operations can be performed. With this, we have the auto containment zone for the response part, which we have already seen. We also have the risk management. So risk management gives you the complete information about all the weaknesses. So you can generate all the vulnerabilities information. Here you can see, all the particular vulnerabilities. You can see the weak passwords. You can see all the assets, which are the assets which are infected, and you can go down to view every assets manually. With that, you can also do the asset check. So asset checks again, generates the complete informations directly from the platform aspect. So here it will be showcasing you the complete threat detections. It will showcasing you the anomaly detections, the potentially risk detections for everything. So here, this is from the lab. It does not have much data, but in the actual customers environment, you can have the more informations. And then you also have the risky apps. So these are some of the risk management, which we say. From the asset, you can have the complete overview of all the assets, all the asset types, asset protection, asset statistics, fingerprintings, everything. From the business applications, you can generate all the information about different business applications. You can have the fingerprinting application. You can have the asset configurations as well, directly from the platform. So the activation, deactivation, asset management, different informations of the asset, what exactly you want to generate, you can define that, and automatically this can be generated directly from here. Okay. Also, the cloud security centers, which I have already shown, you can have the different, the cloud entities integrated back to the platform, and you can manage those directly from here. You can have the different threat identities as well, where you can see all the threat identities for all the cloud asset directly from here. So, in case different alerts are generating, this is from the fixing part. Okay, I don't have any kind of data to show you, but from the cloud security centers, the CSC, you can manage to integrate that part directly from here. Okay, so from the configuration, again, the custom detection, data privacies, the system logs, you have device connections. So maybe you want to integrate the native devices, or you want to integrate the third party devices. You can do that directly from this. So native devices would be the Sangfor devices basically. But talking about the third party devices, let's say you want to integrate, any of the specific emails, or Palo Alto, or any of the firewalls, you can integrate that. We can see here all the supported devices informations. So based on different asset syncs, what exactly can be provided. So all the third party devices informations in terms of coordinated response as well, you can just click and view all the information about the coordinated response. So yeah, you can generate all the informations. Okay, as well as the data quality analysis. So data quality analysis is based on the AI phrasing. So we have the AI phrasing available based on whatever logs which are generated, the alert triage, the false positive, everything gets available. And then we also have the broker. So broker is basically in case if you have any of the third parties, and you can deploy the XDR proxy, which can work as a broker to integrate that to the XDR platforms. Okay, with this, you have the different threat hunting capabilities, tools like domain name investigation, file investigation, IP investigation, host, forensic impacts on the host, all of this directly from the platform. So the threat response or the threat investigations can also be available directly from here. So integration part, I cannot showcase you, but yes, this is again very useful, which you can cover up from the aspect. So different API keys also we have. So this again depends upon the keys permissions, because the sensitive informations of the accounts can be generated directly from here. Okay, and the app store, which this is used for the monitorings and the reports. You can integrate different other reporting tools directly to the platform aspect. Okay, so this was about the XDR, which is the security operation, where you can manage to do everything from different products getting integrated to a single platform to do the security incidents, alerts, with the help of GPT, auto containment, AI learning, SOAR, asset check, risk management. You have so many things, included into a single platform itself. Any questions from the webinar? Okay, no questions so far. All right. Guys, if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask. Let me just also check in with my MDR platform. My service platform is not available as of now, but I hope from the aspect of the XDR, we have cover up the security operations. We have cover up the complete information. So with this, we will end our today's session. Thank you so much, everyone, who have joined this session. This was covering up the aspect of the security operations. So in today's cyber warfare, just ensure that you again go back and check your customers, the baselines, if all the baselines from the risky ports to, the risky applications, the vulnerabilities, everything, which can help them to ensure that such kind of threats and attacks should don't come to the environment. And with that, you can also propose them the centralized platform of XDR, which can cover up the complete security monitoring into a single platform. In case if you have any questions, please feel free to reach me. This is my email address. You can note it down, and definitely your feedback. All right, guys. I'm very sorry for there is a short disturbance from my side, but definitely we would be covering up in the next episode of the education sector. So, in case if you have any questions, any doubt, please feel free to reach me, and definitely we will address all your queries. Thank you so much for joining today's session, and we are signing out now. Thank you so much.